2 from Beck's Odelay, new DGC release in stores yesterday. I'm Chris Doritas. We just heard New Pollution, and before that, Devil's Haircut, 2 tracks from the new release from Beck. And Beck has dates in Southern California, coming up in Santa Ana at the Galaxy Theater Thursday, June 27th, then Friday, June 28th at the Glass House in Pomona. Happy to welcome back to the studios, Beck. Good morning.
Thanks for having me, Chris.
It's so good to see you. It's been a while.
Oh, yeah, it's been a year, huh?
About a year.
Yeah.
I think so. But you were
I think,
remarkable.
you know, those shows, I think those are supposed to be secret, but that's okay.
Oh.
That's where we're warming up.
Well, it's just between you and I.
Okay.
And I mentioned it.
And a few other people.
Just mentioned it once or twice a second ago.
Right.
But
that's okay.
Do you remember the first time you came down here? What's your first?
I remember that day.
Do you remember
back about 3 years ago?
Yeah, something like that. I'm curious if you had a recollection of your first impression of this room, this station, this studio.
Well, you know, it was a lot bigger.
Really?
I think. Yeah. It seemed the room was a lot bigger than this one.
Kind of like when you go back.
When
to
you go back to your school, you know, the jungle gym isn't, you know. No, not really.
But that's usually because you physically have grown since that time.
Well, I have increased about 4 times the size. My biceps alone are about 3 times bigger than my head used to be.
You are really buff. You've been working out, haven't you?
A lot of muscle fuel, and it's really working for me, I think.
I love the artwork on the album.
Thank you.
It's sort of
the cover was my girlfriend's idea.
Really?
She found it in a book about dogs.
Well,
it is a dog, in fact.
It's a real dog.
Yeah.
What's the name? What do they call that?
Don't ask me why he's jumping over a hurdle. But it's beautiful.
Well, I'll just describe it. It looks like a mop dog jumping over a hurdle. It's now immortalized at Tower Sunset out front. They've got this sort of display.
It's monstrous, yeah.
This is artwork that you've actually done in collaboration with your father, right? Your stepfather?
No, it was actually my grandfather.
Really?
We used pieces of his art. It's a bit of his art. Also, this other painter, Manuel Ocampo, who is a Filipino painter who lives here most of the time. He's living in Rome right now. He was originally going to do all the artwork, but we just used bits and pieces of his paintings in a collage inside, and threw a couple of pieces of my grandfather's, and I did a couple of drawings, and a friend of mine named Zaram did a painting as well.
Wow.
Kind of all original collage.
Was your grandfather an artist most of his life?
Yeah, he was involved in the Fluxus art movement. And he was from New York, but he lived in Germany most of his life. Well,
I remember your family being very artistically inclined. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, your father's a string arranger.
Yeah, and
did a lot of rock records, string arrangements.
Yeah, that's true.
And your mom, club owner, sort of.
Well, yeah, she used to run the Troy Cafe.
Yeah,
a couple of years ago.
Which is where I first saw you live.
Yeah.
But let's head into one. I mean, I know you've got like 7 harmonicas and a guitar with you.
I got 7, and I'm not leaving until I've played every single one.
Okay. We should also say you've put together a band, which we can talk about at some point. And this morning, it's just you by yourself here.
Yeah, exactly. My drummer is on his honeymoon.
That's right.
Right now.
Congratulations.
All the best to him. Yeah, congratulations. He's down in the Caribbean right now, basking. This one doesn't have a title. pulse inside my skin, and all the walls are wearing thin. Shoot out all the traffic lights, and on your way to the dead of night, somewhere far along, singing the regular song. Dead machines, frozen dreams, they don't bother me at all. You're better off alone. Troubles find their own. Well, I'm gonna hang it on that because I couldn't remember the next word. Well, oh, hang on a second here. Let me. No, it's not gonna come back.
Is that a new one?
Sorry about that.
Hey, that's
Yeah,
okay.
it's actually a couple of years old, but I haven't put it out.
Well, this is what I love about your visits. I mean, it's
See, I wasn't going to give you the whole thing till it comes out. That's just kind of that's the preview of what the song is going to be. It's actually going to be a 45-minute tone poem. Actually, it's a symphonic thing. It's got 68 verses in it.
well that
But
prevents
those are the first 2.5 for you.
that prevents piracy too.
Exactly.
Yeah. I want to throw a couple of words at you. This is sort of a free association. Say whatever comes to mind.
Yeah, sure.
Folk music.
Folk music, John Tesh, Yanni, all the heavyweights, all the ones taking it back to where it's supposed to be.
How about Woody Guthrie?
Yeah, he's that's where I learned how to play guitar. Listening to Woody Guthrie.
The Beatles?
The Ruddles.
How about the internet?
A little icon of a bomb, because every time I try to get onto the internet, this little bomb appears up on the computer and tells me I can't go there.
Well, on that note, how about the Unabomber?
Unabomber. That was probably one of my favorite wanted posters for a while. It had an incredible fine rendering, I think, on that poster.
The Dust Brothers.
Two fine lads, couple of sweethearts.
Producers of the record, I'll point out to those tuning in.
Yeah.
Mike Simpson and John King. One last one here. Brian Eno.
Oh, I don't know him. I've heard the name.
I think that's really interesting because I want to quote back to you something that he had said.
But we should do a free association back, at some point in the show. I wanted to. Curious. I didn't prepare a list or anything, but how about Tesh? Do you guys go with the Tesh? Do you guys blow that way?
I was really upset that he gave up his gig at Entertainment Tonight,
I'm mourning the loss.
But
myself.
I'm glad that he's going to be on the road more.
Yeah, and I think musically the Olympics will never be have never been better.
He put out an album a couple years ago, Eno did, called NerveNet, and one of the things he said about things at the time is just an interesting quote. He said, 90s music will be wild, complex, organic, unlocked, dissonant, contradictory, a network rather than a structure. It'll be evanescent, whatever that means, fluid, patchwork, incoherent, violent, and weird.
Mm-hmm. Well, more power to him. Brian.
When I heard your record, I thought, well, that's what he was talking about.
Yeah. Really, you thought that?
Yeah, I thought that.
Because we were just trying to be slick, you know. No, we were. We didn't really have any plan, you know. I just go in there and try to work as intuitively as possible. Try to go with the moment.
Beck is in studio. Morning becomes eclectic on KCRW. I'm gonna let you go here. What's
Okay. Bang another tune. Okay. Trying to find this. I got a lot of harmonicas here. This one should work. Oh. Baby, I can't make it straight. My boots got stuck and I can't wait. You're the one who's got no tongue. Look and see which way it's run. Man alive, I can't drive my two big hands away. Obituaries I seen right through, brochures of the times are new. Taxes on the days we spent, repossessed, named and chained. Man alive, I can't drive my two big hands away. Accusations, suspects named, battered husbands, cousins blamed. Holding up your trophy bones, sticks and stones, lesser knowns. Man alive, I can't drive my two big hands away. And all your hopes can be derailed. No salt in the seas you sailed. No dreams in the night you lie. All the stars stripped from the sky. Man alive, I can't drive my two big hands away. Man alive, I can't drive my two big hands away. Send that one out to Brian.
all right? It's Beck in the studio. Morning becomes eclectic on KCRW. I'm Chris Doritas. And how is it then that the catalysts come about for the songs? You said you got to keep it organic, and when you're working with the Dust Brothers in the studio, where do the catalysts come from? I'm imagining different places.
What do you mean? Like
do you come in with a song?
Or,
yeah, like do you come in with a song idea, a lyric idea, or a sound from a record that you love? Or
well, like the songs I'm playing myself this morning. These are ones I just sat down and wrote myself. But for this album, and probably for Mellow Gold as well, it was more of a case of going into the studio and just turning on the tape, playing the Wurlitzer, or playing the guitar, or coming up with a bass line, and then just building the whole thing around that.
And then do the samples come in later as texture to help execute the song?
It's the song is for most of the songs. The song was pretty much formed, and then we just throw a sample in there to sort of as an ornamental thing.
Yeah.
Or as a little thing happening on the side. But we kept a lot of times we're just trying to sample. I was trying to sample myself as much as possible, and then you use the samples as something to add a different texture, a different dimension to what the song already was.
That reinforces the importance of a great song at the heart of it all.
Yeah, or just fractures the sense of time. There's there's something about a sample, you know, this thing that was recorded maybe 20 or 30 years ago, and just incorporating that into something you're doing now. There's nothing, you can't recreate that, just that sense of time. It's kind of, it makes it a little more spooky.
Is there something about using like an old record, an old sample, a sample from an old sounding record that has recognition and warmth and nostalgia that can be used for building a song?
It's not really, I don't know, I'm not really into nostalgia or using, I mean, I hear a lot of songs like that on the radio where a rapper just basically takes an old song.
Yeah.
Like there's one on the radio now. It's some Motown song, and the guy's just rapping, you know, that don, do, 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 do.
Yeah.
Some rapper guys just, and then they take the original chorus.
It's like My Girl.
My Girl, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't know, I think that's a little too easy. When we sample, it's fairly obscure, you know.
To say the least.
And which makes it that much harder to try to clear the thing, because you got to track the person down.
Hmm. Well, or it's so unrecognizable that maybe it won't be, nobody's going to come calling.
Well, we try to clear it anyhow, just to give respect to the person where it originated.
And that's the way it should be, and you know, it sends a little cash their way.
Yeah, exactly. Spread it around.
We've got Beck in the studio. Morning Becomes Eclectic on KCRW. How you feel?
Tune.
Hmm?
Look it up. Oh, I better get this one in here. I was going to play one from the album. Solo style. This is called Jackass.
Great.
Too many harmonicas here. Sorry about this.
I'm enjoying the ambience.
Yeah, exactly. This is the ambient section of the show.
The silence, you know, it's exciting radio. What's your favorite radio program, by the way? And excluding, you know, KCRW.
Excluding, well, I always like Joe Frank, but that's not excluding KCRW. You know, I'll just listen to anything. Of course, you know, being in your car most of the time, living in Los Angeles. I like to listen to the R&B, hip hop stations.
Yeah, like KACE, the old stuff, or the new, like the beat.
Well, I like the old stuff too, but the new, fresh stuff. You know, the R. Kelly stuff.
Yeah,
that whole world is.
So you take it all in. You sort of span the dial.
Yeah. This is that. All right. I've been drifting along in the
got Beck in studio performing live. That's called Jackass. You can find this on the new album Ode Lay. I'm Chris Doritas. And,
Orderly.
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 Well, if you're on the east side, it's orderly.
What,
But it's actually a phonetic spelling.
of a word that means what to you?
That means orderly. That's just what it means.
Means,
It's a slang word.
and how is it used?
Well, ask me another question.
Okay, let's see. What's the last gig you went to?
Orderly. I don't even remember.
Well, it's kind of a nice other connotation, because I was thinking, this is kind of silly, but Odelehihu, the yodeling.
Right, yeah. Most people think it's a yodeling reference, which I am in full support
Yeah.
of the yodeling, like
I
the
would
Jimmy Rogers. It's probably a little too early in the morning to yodel. And all around the water tank, waiting for a train, 1,000 miles away from home, sleeping in the rain. Well, I walked up to a brakeman to give him a line of talk. He said, if you got money, son, I'll see that you don't walk. Well, I haven't got a nickel, not a penny can I show. Get off, you railroad bum. And he slammed the boxcar door. I've been yodeling much too long, actually.
I think it sounds great, though.
I'm just shouting there. That's not real yodeling.
You heard those
Yodeling takes a lot of finesse.
Yeah, there's these Don Walzer recordings that have come out lately that's got some great yodeling on it. I don't know
Which was?
Don Walzer. He's this big old guy from Texas. He's got a couple records.
It takes a big old guy from Texas, I think.
So let me ask you what the last gig was that you went to.
Well, actually, it was the Free to Beck concert.
Oh yeah, in San Francisco.
San Francisco, which
How was that?
Great. Yeah, it was incredible.
Well, you were playing there, so that kind of doesn't count.
Well, it was it was strange. I've played so many festivals, and for that amount of people, I think there was like 50,000 people were there. It was just such a relaxed kind of affair. Didn't have that usual aggro rock show, macho kind of headbutting,
catching up the audience a bit,
that kind of thing going on.
Yeah, it was to call attention to the plight of the Tibetans displaced from China.
Yeah.
And it was not really billed as a benefit, but an awareness concert.
Definitely, yeah, that's true. It was. I think it was successful too.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Everyone I talked to was affected and educated.
You want to do another one, and then we'll.
Yeah, we got to cut out of here.
Yeah, we
that
unfortunately
went by pretty quick.
It did. It went real quick. Maybe if you got a quick one here, and then I'll throw one on from the album.
One that I need to.
Is that a notebook of song ideas or just lyrics?
Songs, yeah, different stuff. That it makes it hard to. It's kind of hard to find stuff.
So do you write things down on little pieces of paper that you translate into this book, or?
No, I stopped doing that because I'll just lose them. All right. Well, if it ain't your time to go, then you'd better stay put for now. 'Cause everybody's gotta do their time until it's time. And if it ain't broken, then break it and say you knew me way way back when fools were fools and all the rest was swine waiting to be defiled. Well, I could hang up my shingle now by the side of the road and try to bang a flame out of the cinders you left behind, like a driftwood in the night that was washed up by the light of the moon that bleached my bones, then sent me to the pile. Mustard in your smile, land a hand on the radio dial. Then the breezes of the seasons have blown us back to hell. It's a stolen telephone that I dial blind and alone, just to hear the voice of a bargain center soul. Now the deserts are in flame and the bandages are the same, and the factories casualties are looking for mangled jewels. Well, if it ain't your time to go, then you better stay put for now, 'cause everybody's gotta put their hand upon the hand of the clock, like the minds of misers grinding down their gears to a halt.
Thanks, Beck.
Oh, sure. Thank you.
Hey, Odelay, come back with the band.
Yes, I'll come back. I will return.
Yeah, we'll have you back when you guys are up
I
and
know
running.
this is number 4 or 5.
And we'll catch up more then, okay?
Sounds good.
Out with the record, Odelay, it's back on KCRW. Thanks again.
Pull out the big one.
Beck has dates at the Galaxy Theater in Santa Ana Thursday, June 27th, Friday, June 28th at the Glass House in Pomona. I've got 5 pairs of tickets for the Pomona show, Friday, June 28th, 9 p.m. start time. The Glass House in Pomona. 5 pairs of tickets up for grabs for our subscribers, plus an autographed copy of the new release, Odelay. Call with your membership number, 310-452-6700. This Beck package available first come, first served to our subscribers. Thanks to Shauna O'Brien, David Grant, Scott Fritz engineered the live broadcast, assistant Terry Curtis, producers Tracy Saratine. Thanks to Brian Laux, I'm Chris Doritas. Back tomorrow, 9 to noon, Michelle Indegio Cello and Band tomorrow at 11:15. Monitor Radio is next.
Your senses